Morning and good afternoon, depending on wherever you at the time of the recording. This is episode 126 of the Restricted Zone podcast, and I'm with a great large crew today. One of the best crews we got. Listen, Kyrie, introduce yourself to the people out here, man.
Yo, what's going on, fellas? Let's get to it. Let's have a good episode. Glad to be back.
Yes, sir. Let's get straight to it. Kendrick, introduce yourself to the people, man.
And you already know who it is. It's the smartest man on the podcast. As I always say, let's have a great show and let's be respectful.
Smartest man on the podcast, indeed. Steve, introduce yourself to the people out here, man. You're back. Been a
What's
while.
up, y'all? Yeah, been a minute. Been a minute since NBA Pod even came out. Missed talking ball with y'all, man. Let's get into it.
I can't wait, man. Mar, is you ready for the? You brought the magic with you, man.
Colin, like I just previously stated, I was born for this.
All right, you was born for this. And Johnny, introduce yourself to the people, man. You know they love you.
Hello world, just Johnny tapping back in again, baby. Listen, I'm just an analyst, not an advocate. I just analyze.
Just an analyst, not an advocate, man. Listen, we got to put down the shirt or something. But with that being said, we got to dive straight into basketball. A lot of basketball. The past couple episodes, you guys been missing basketball, so we're coming back to you action-packed with a bunch of topics you guys will love. And we're going to dive straight into it, starting off with the USA basketball and the recent success that these guys have been
USA!
Yes, sir, USA. And man, some of the guys, the young talent on that team is absolutely standing out. I mean, Andy Edwards, Austin Reeves, and then on the same side of the token, you got two guys that have been struggling, Brandon Ingram and etc. So, with that being said, Kyrie, I'm just bringing to you, man. Just give me some of your thoughts on the people who you feel like out really shine throughout the USA game so far, and then the ones you didn't really expect to see them really struggle and really be inconsistent during the game so far, despite USC's overall success.
So to start off, I'm gonna give a shout out to my new guys, my two guys, the New York Knicks, Josh Hart and Jalen Brunson on the squad.
Yeah.
Josh Hart at 6'5" has been one of the best rebounders off the bench for Team USA so far throughout.
10-11.
Starting now.
And
He's starting.
and
now.
it's been like a game, but like Jalen Brunson as well. I've seen in the game that I really sat down and watched when they played Greece. He was doing a good job of getting into the middle of the defense, finishing at the rim. That jump shot was falling. They look really good so far. I like what Paolo's done in spurts. He's been really good at transition. I want to see his jump shot fall a little bit more, but that's I don't see that as really being his role so much as given the talent he's playing with. Anthony Edwards, of course, has been really good on both ends. Austin Reeves is a guy that everybody's been talking about a lot, especially since getting that money. His whole story's been crazy, being undrafted, coming with the Lakers, and becoming the player that he is today. And he's looked really good. And I think he's going to be a guy that the Lakers really look to in this season coming up to take a big brunt of that scoring load off of Bron. And he's going to be a big part of the direction going forward. But I really like what I've seen from Team USA so far. Like you mentioned, Colin, Brandon Ingram's been struggling, and that's kind of weird. I thought personally that he'd be one of the best guys on this team, given he's kind of got the most experience. And I believe he's got some Team USA experience already, if I'm not mistaken, too. Yeah. But he's a bucket getter. I thought he'd have been playing well so far. But I think he's playing with a bunch of other bucket getters, and like we mentioned, Anthony Edwards, Tyrese Halliburton's out there playing good too. So he just got to find other ways to be effective. But I got hopes. I think he could pick it up, and he could still contribute. I mean, it's not like we really need it right now. We spanking teams by like 30 right now, so it's just like what if he only put up 5 points on whatever shooting, like they went in. They're not really. Nobody's really opposing a threat to them right now, so I think Team USA looks good right now.
Team USA looks like it's in safe hands. Okay, that's what you're going with, Johnny. I know you've been eager, you've been itching to talk about the young guys, the youth, the future of the league, man. Talk about these guys that's been just showing you just how impressive and talented they are.
Yeah, bro. Like just like it was mentioned before, Banchero looking good in spurts. Austin Reeves, Brunson. He didn't miss that last game. He didn't miss that game against Greece. He went he shot 100% from the field, 13 points. But it looked way more efficient in the way that he was affecting the team. Obviously, Austin Reeves, he dropped 15, but shot about 57%, 6 dimes. And Edwards had 22 in the game against Jordan. I mean, USA just 110. Last game, a game against Greece, 109. We're averaging 100 points a game, and we're holding teams to like 80 and below. So it's really looking like no competition. Except I will say, for some reason, Spain is ranked number 1, fellas. That's pretty interesting to me. Like, it's pretty cool. So I looked at their roster. The Hernandez brothers, like, they're pretty. I didn't know they had them. Willie Hernandez, I think he plays for the Hornets. His brother,
Hernan Gomez, right?
Hernan Gomez. I'm sorry, Hernan Gomez. Yeah. The two brothers, the twins, are playing on the team. One's averaging 14 points, and the other one's averaging about 18 points per game, and they're carrying Spain to their ranked number 1 spot. I guess until USA clashes with them, we'll just see. But I feel like that USA should be number 1 right now. They're undefeated so far. The team's playing great. I'm surprised. I'm not surprised, but I'm very, very impressed with it with these young players. I kind of expected. I saw Edwards come in. I've always been a Brunson fan. Austin Reeves has been. I'm not going to say he's been impressing me, but yeah, he's been impressing me. Like it was mentioned before, given his story, most likely. That's probably why I'm most intrigued with him, bro. Like, he was undrafted, and look where he's at now. I think he's at like a $50 million contract, and I'm not gonna say he's living up to it yet, but yeah, he's looking good right now. And so I'm just excited for the future. This is looking good, and a lot of the young players that's playing actually on the USA team. I do got a question though, real quick. I want to keep it on the same topic, but I do got a question. We actually talked about this in the group chat. Yo, what does world champion actually mean? Because God willing, if we take this gold medal, this group on this roster, they're allowed to call themselves world champions. Why is that thing? Why is that title so mentioned before when it comes to NBA champions? I feel like the line has to be drawn, but it hasn't been. I don't get that.
The only outside country team that they play is in Canada. They not playing. World is like if the NBA had teams from Africa, Europe, Australia, and they all played in the NBA.
And they all played in the NBA.
The NBA is the best league in the world. Whoever wins the championship is the best team in the world, so they're the world champions. Simple.
Yeah, but Sheem, I understand that, but the proof is in the pudding. It's called the National Basketball Association. National meaning the nation that they're in. So technically, like,
not World Basketball Association.
Exactly. So technically, yeah. And I never even thought about it that way until what's his name? I can't remember his name. The track bull pointed it out. But when I sat down and think about it, it's like yeah, it's called the National Basketball Association. So he's got a point. But
he don't got no
NBA
point.
dudes got butthurt, and I can see I can understand why, because
Evan Fournier has something to say. Somebody with no rings.
Come on, bro.
He don't got no point at all.
Get something off his chest.
He don't got no point at all. Listen, man. You can say, oh. So what are y'all trying to say? What does the NBA team have to do to be the world champions?
Go play.
They have to beat.
How about this?
Yeah, go to Germany and win a championship.
All right. No, this what we could do. This what we could do. You know, the world could come together and they can have a basketball tournament and take however many leagues and whatever there is, whoever the championship teams are in their respective country / league, and put them in a tournament together and call it the World Basketball Tournament or the World Basketball Classic, whatever. And then if it's a clear cut thing that let's say they do that, and an NBA team like whoever like Denver Nuggets, like if the Denver Nuggets goes around and just bullies everybody and like blows every team out by 20 or more, then honestly at that point, if they go and prove this point, then I'm looking at it like, all right, we can call ourselves the world champions because of said experience. That's just how.
Is that necessary?
Yeah, that's not necessary at all.
It's basketball.
Hold on.
Look at it this. You can put it this way too. When we watch college basketball, we watch March Madness, which has teams from all over the nations, from damn near all 50 states. when they win, we don't call them the world champions. We call them the national champions.
Quick question.
All right.
Quick answer.
Finish the sentence. Steph Curry is the best.
What?
Steph Curry's the best point guard.
We're doing this?
No.
We're doing this?
No. We're not gonna say point guard. Steph Curry is the best shooter in
the world. Oh.
In the world.
Nikola Jokic is the best player in the.
Hold on.
You can answer a question with a question.
Yeah.
We're talking about individuals, though. This don't make sense.
In the world,
they trying to just start.
Well, I know we're talking about individuals right now.
The NBA is the best league in the world.
Actual teams winning a championship.
That's nobody else in the best team in the world last year.
Because if somebody in the world can shoot as good as him, they'd be in the NBA right now.
So if it was people as good as these NBA teams that are winning, they'd be in the NBA right now, right?
The players would be, yeah.
If we're gonna be honest, we don't even have to take the Denver Nuggets to go around.
Bro, we could take the Detroit Pistons and they're gonna win a championship.
I was just using them because.
Oh nah.
But hold on, Kendrick. If we can beat them by so much, we don't even have to take the champions. What's the purpose?
But I was using that because since they won the championship, that said that they are the best team in the NBA. Yes or no?
The best team in the world.
Yes, but that's what I'm saying.
If so that's why I was
that NBA team. Then
how do we know that until we do it?
Oh my God!
Because the NBA is the best league in the world.
I agree with the tournament. I agree with the tournament. But at the same time, you got overseas players trying to get to the league. You got overseas players trying to get to the league.
And this could be a perfect time for them to get to the league if they have this world tournament. And it was like, whoa.
They're having a world tournament right now. It's called the FIBA tournament.
What did you say? Wouldn't you say at least three of the top 5 in the NBA are international players?
Well, you look at the past 5 years.
The top 10
players and they play in the United States.
Bro,
so they're playing in the NBA. So if they're
that's
playing
that.
Bro, fuck the NBA.
So if they're playing in the NBA and that's international.
Yeah, so Mar, fuck the NBA. You win an NBA championship. Bro, you're National Basketball Association champion in this nation. I don't understand what we talking about.
South Sudan,
players all around the world.
Wait, hold on. See, go ahead. Say what you got.
But where are they playing? Where are they playing? Where are these players from Greece and Serbia and Slovenia playing? They playing in the U.S.
Oh, okay.
They coming over here to play and win the championship in this nation. Not Luka Doncic not still in Serbia trying to win championships. Rudy Gobert not in France trying to still win championships.
Hold on.
They in here. They in the U.S.
So if Team Africa and all them was to come, so we would have to go over there just to do it. They can't come here.
I mean, we could find a neutral point. Like we could just find a neutral point where it's like it would be like the bubble. It'd be like almost
bro,
like
that
the
shit
bubble.
wouldn't even be fun to watch.
I like
or even Olympic style, because they all in one basically one area.
Why wouldn't it?
NBA teams would just dominate.
Bro, that's a waste.
NBA teams would just dominate.
It's like watching FIBA. It's like the FIBA basketball league right now.
We just pretty much watching the
playoffs. Wait, Mar, I'm gonna let you get off one thing off your chest. I'm gonna bring it back to Kendrick so we can finish off the USA topic. So Kendrick,
wait, let me say something real quick, Colin. I'm gonna cut him off, bro. Y'all talk about. First of all, if you look at the FIBA shit, all the top players of the NBA, and fuck the NBA on South Sudan. Carly Jones, he the G League MVP out there killing them. And he's a G League player, bro. What are you talking about, bro?
He's playing. And instead of playing overseas, he's getting paid less money to play in the United States.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah,
well, he on the main roster now. He on the main roster now.
Some of the NBA players that go play overseas, like Dwight Howard, Jimmy Fredette, all these guys put up monster averages. They
bro,
go crazy
the Sixers will go undefeated overseas, bro.
Bro, y'all talk about
don't talk about
why do we even have to take the champions if the Sixers who can't even get past the second round go undefeated?
Relax.
We're not talking about that. We're not talking about.
Listen. I do got a question.
This is the last thing, Kendrick. Go ahead.
Is this FIBA team just as good as the 2010 U.S. World Olympics team?
Well,
2010?
Oh, this
Isn't that
team.
when it was
Oh,
Kobe,
2010.
Bron, KD?
Yeah.
Hell no. What?
No. No,
Listen,
sir.
Hell no.
No, sir.
Off the rip, but
No,
listen.
sir.
Listen, Kendrick, give
What?
your thoughts
This
on
team.
the UAC.
Anthony Edwards said we don't have a Kobe. And so I'm
Yeah, that's why
starting.
he said he
They don't
shouldn't
have
come
a
off the
Kobe.
bench.
They don't have a LeBron, a KD, a Chris Paul, a Carmelo. They don't got that.
Listen, no, wait, hold on.
What?
Wait, Kendrick. Focus on the
Listen.
Half the guys on the squad been in the league for like 3 years.
That was a wild question.
Like, come on. It's not even a
It was just a question.
Well, he was just asking.
Like I saw it on Twitter. Sometimes I'm seeing things on Twitter, and I was like, I gotta ask.
Well,
Kendrick, hold on, Johnny. So we gonna put the topic. So we gonna let Kendrick and see finish up what they got to give out. Then Kendrick, we'll go to the next topic. But Kendrick, your thoughts on the UAC team and the guys that are struggling and who's been impressive to you so far?
Bro, honestly, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I really don't care about this USA team right now or the FIBA Cup because, like, I'll say why. Because it's literally like there are a bunch of superstars or a bunch of like high talented players or up and coming superstars or all stars all on a team together. Okay, if one person doesn't play well, we got 14 other guys who hoop. So it's like, wow, oh no, Dad, Brandon Ingram, you struggling. You know what? Move to the bench because we got 14 other guys that can hoop at the same caliber or even higher than you. Then it don't matter. You struggling right now, and it's the FIBA Cup. Like, I mean, yes, it's nice to have that trophy, but I mean, who cares? For real.
You can call yourself a world champion, like legitimately.
I mean, yeah, that's about it. That's cool. But I mean, overall, struggling, okay. This is not normal for them. This is outside of their normal system. They with Steve Kerr, and they in a whole different system with a whole bunch of different players that all, if you look at respectively each player, majority of them be having the ball or ball dominant. Like you got, or prominent scorers on their hand, and you gotta work with other prominent scorers where a team's not built around you or being the second piece to a high caliber team. Yeah, that's kind of difficult. Like Brandon Ingram, come on, he the number one option in with the Pelicans. Now you looking, he like, yeah, bro, you gotta be number like.
Never. Okay. Marcia never. Wait, hold on, Mark. Wait, Mark. See.
Okay. All right. I get it, Mark.
Johnny, hold on. Kendrick, finish
Is Zion
not
over there? What, bro? Come on, Big Mac over there don't even be playing half the time.
Yeah, I'm about to say when Zion's not hurt.
When he's playing.
Hold on, Kendrick.
I mean, even when Zion.
And see, hold on. Let Kendrick say what he gotta say. I'm gonna swing to you, see. Then we gotta get to the next topic. Go ahead.
Listen, I was just saying because I mean Zion. I mean, yes, but like if you look at how many games versus Brandon Ingram played to Zion, it's like, come on, the number one option who plays more. So I'm just going back based off.
Even when Zion plays, Brandon Ingram's still the guy with the ball making the plays. Like Zion, he's so good. He's one of the best play finishers in the league, so he's gonna get his 30. But Ingram's the guy with the ball making all the plays. He's pretty much they went out their first option. He's the one with the ball in his hands. They kind of like share. Yeah. Like they a good duo.
1A, 1B. You know what I'm saying? Just something like that.
Yeah. When they're healthy, they just gotta stay healthy. But with the Team USA stuff, I'm interested to see. Because usually with this FIBA stuff, you see guys take a leap after. Like 2010, you had KD and D Rose on that team, and the next year they took that leap. 2014, you had James Harden, Steph Curry, Kyrie Irving take that leap after. I'm looking at guys like obviously Anthony Edwards, who everybody's predicting to have that leap this year. To see how he's been. Obviously he's gonna play good, but just to see his leadership, and you've seen the leadership since he was a rookie. But like just to see how the way he's carrying himself. And even a guy like, I know he's struggling, but like a guy like Ingram is a guy I expect to take that leap into to that next level too. A guy like Brunson could take that leap as well. So yeah, and also somebody who I've been very impressed with is Paolo Banchero off the bench playing that center spot because his defense been looking good. Obviously, what you say, he's been looking good. Just like, and if he could bring that center play to Orlando, that could change a lot over there because Orlando's problem has been a bunch of spacing. So if Paolo can start playing that center spot a little more, you can go a little smaller and get some shooters in there. It could be good for Orlando. I'm very impressed with what Paolo been doing, finding ways to impact the game without just having the ball in his hands like he usually would in Orlando. That's pretty much. I don't got much to say about. I mean, Team USA is dominating. I will say, I know they lost their first game, but Canada has been cooking teams the same way USA been cooking teams too, and they've been
Yo, shout out Shay. Shout out Shay. Can we put that out there?
Bro,
Boy, did he made it. He made the last dude touch earth. I think he kneeled.
No,
He
bro,
did some type of a heck of a head.
Johnny, if you watching them games, bro, it is looking. It's like Shea doesn't even belong in it. It looks so easy.
Yo, no, for real. No,
he's
you're
like
right,
just
Shane.
having fun.
You're right. It's like Shea.
It's looking so easy for him.
It's beyond him at this point.
Listen, since we bringing up everybody and talking about Shea and stuff, we might as well slide into the next topic. And you know, we've seen this happen. We seen this. It recently came out, maybe like a couple of days ago. We started chatting about this top 15 guards heading into the next season, right? And this
better not be in order.
This is Bleacher Report order. They got top 15. I'm going Bleacher Report order before we really dive into it. I'm going to go off really fast. So this is all in numerical order, just so y'all know. So it's Luka Doncic, Steph Curry, Devin Booker, Shea, then Dame. And then we got Anthony Edwards, Jamal Murray, De'Aaron Fox, Donovan Mitchell, John Morant, James Harden, Kyrie, Trae Young, Tyrese Halliburton, and then Bradley Beal.
Hold on, Johnny.
That's the top 15 list right there.
Right.
Now, I'm going to ask y'all, I'm going to go around. People can give off their thing. But we ain't going to go into the full 15. How do y'all feel about that top 5 or even top 10 maybe? How do y'all feel about that top 5, top 10? Do y'all think that's accurate? Who do you feel like is too high, too low, or maybe just right?
And hold on. Wait, I want to let Mark go first because he didn't get a chance yet. Mark, go ahead. Let's start this off with you.
Well, I feel like Devin Booker is already capped. I feel like he can't really get no better.
Why can't you?
So, I don't know what else. What are you gonna start doing? Dunking on people now?
I'm saying he been getting better every year just with his decision making and just having like a control over the game. Like last year, and when you seen him play, he had a control over the game like not a lot of guys had in the league, and he's been continuing to do that every single year. Like I think there's room for a lot of these guys to improve. I don't think. Yeah, Debo can definitely still improve his game. I mean, last year you saw his drive. He became a way better driver last year. His drive per game went up. He became one of the better finishers in the league. I think he could for sure continue to improve. He's been improving.
But that's what I'm saying, though. Like when I say he's capped, I just meant like he's figured the game out. Like he's figured everything out. Like,
I feel you.
Things like he might work on pace, but you can't really predict pace and all that. So I really feel like he's like Devin Booker's really figured it out. He's pace, know when to take his shots, know how to get to his spots when he's in rhythm, know how to get hot like quick instead of like quick like he know when his team need him. Like he got it figured out.
I feel you. Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like he's not high, but I can see where they're going because he is playing with a whole new roster. So that could be interesting. I feel like Jamal Murray's too low. Definitely feel like.
Where do you think he should be?
Too low. Well, I would take him. If we're talking about 15 guards for next season, I would say I would take him out for Dame.
He's not better than Dame, bro.
I just expect. Hold on, let me finish.
Yo.
Because I will get to you. Like, just give me a second. Because you're not. Hold on, because I will get to you. So when I say Jamal Murray going into next season for Dame, it's just like Dame always amazes me. So it's just like, and plus Dame's impact on the team, like whatever team he goes to, he just requires too much of a trade. So I feel like when he gets traded, he'll do more harm than good for a team. I could be wrong, but that's just my opinion. So
that's
him
a strong possibility.
So him, huh?
That's a strong possibility. You're not wrong.
I don't think adding an MVP caliber player does any harm to your team.
Well, it shifts the whole offense of whatever team.
Yeah,
like
exactly. He changes your whole offense, bro. He gives you a top 10 offense just from him being out there.
That don't mean you're gonna win.
It doesn't. If you put Jamal Murray on Miami, what does that mean? Like he has.
I never said they was gonna win.
My thing is when you say you expect Jamal Murray to play better than Dame next year. That means you expect Jamal Murray to have an MVP level season because that's just what Dame just had. So how are you gonna have Jamal over Dame?
Because he hadn't have Jimmy Butler. Of course, if he didn't have Jimmy Butler, I'm not saying he's not gonna have an MVP caliber season with or without Jimmy Butler, but it's a difference when you have a number 2 as in Jimmy Butler.
Dame just had an MVP level season last year, though.
Huh?
He just had an MVP level season last year.
You said Dame?
Technically?
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. He keeps saying Dame, but he doesn't. Like, if he goes to the Heat, he'll have Jimmy Butler and Bam. So I expect him to be differently. If he has nobody on his team and he has to carry every night, I expect him to do that. So that's where I'm coming from. If we're going into next season and Dame is playing for the Miami Heat and Jamal Murray has Aaron Gordon, Nikola Jokic, and everybody else around him from the previous year, I feel like he will still make a bigger impact than Dame. He's already got the chemistry. He already knows what he's doing.
He said
that's fine.
crazy.
The man averaged 30 to 35 in the Western Conference Finals. The man averaged 30 to 35
averaged that for a whole season.
Hold on, though. Time out.
He didn't have nobody on his team.
Bro, if Jamal Murray's on his own team, he's not averaging 32 points.
Why is he?
Hold on. Time out real quick. Hold on, Mark. Let me interject.
Go ahead, please.
One thing. Technically, Dame didn't have an MVP caliber season because due to the new rule of the NBA amount of games you have to play. That's number one. Number two, you play 58 games and you're a high-profile scorer like Dame Lillard. Of course, you can average 32 when you only played 58 games, and out of those games, you probably dropped more than 30 on each of those occasions. So that is playing a factor. You got to play a factor in that. If you
Dame been doing this. This ain't nothing new. That has nothing to do with the games. Dame is just like that.
So
don't try to make his games play.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
You try to discredit what Dame did to games play.
I'm not discrediting. I'm just pointing out facts. It's not discrediting when
it's
it's a fact.
been doing this though. It has nothing to do with the game. He's been doing this his whole career.
But Kendrick, the facts is that those rules didn't apply to last season. They apply to this season coming up.
I'm not even talking. Fuck the games play. If you just take it down to an individual play and how he played that season, he had an MVP caliber year, bro. If he played for a one seed and put up those numbers, he'll be in MVP combos. He had an MVP caliber season. So if you think Jamal Murray's gonna pass him, you think Jamal's gonna play like an MVP? Let's be real about it, bro. That's not.
I don't know. I mean,
bro, you keep talking.
but
talking about his individual performance.
And Jamal has.
If he has Jimmy Butler and Bam,
Dame is still Dame. He's gonna have the same impact regardless.
His numbers will.
It's going to be different. It's going to be different. It's still going to be different.
I get the numbers, but he's gonna have the same impact on any team he's on, bro. He's the same offensive weapon he is for the same he is now. He's gonna be like that for every team. I don't even think you heard me out,
bro. I don't even think you heard me out. My whole point, bro. Because
I heard you.
You said Jamal Murray has the same team as last year. He has the same exact team. They already have the chemistry. They just won the championship. He knows what he's doing. He don't have to average 35 to make an impact. He just has to take care of the ball. He has to take care of the ball, and he has to hit and he has to make tough shots and the right shots at the right time. That's what he has to do for his team.
Let me ask you this.
Oh, that's it. All right.
He's gonna have to do a little bit more.
Come on, Dame, right? Making clutch shots. Well, all right, that makes sense.
That's what I'm saying. If he's going to do a little bit more beyond Dame. Dame is whatever team Dame goes to. If he goes to Miami, bro, he's switching the whole offense up, bro. They gonna have a top 10
I do got this to say. I do got this to say about Dame. I do, because Mar, I get you. Because listen, at the end of the day, what Mar is really trying to say is, yes, Dame is putting up numbers and putting up MVP caliber seasons.
Fuck the numbers. Fuck the numbers, because I'm talking about the impact he has on an offense. He generates so much attention from the defense. He's freeing up everybody to get easy buckets.
You with that, bro. You just repeating yourself.
I'm not. I'm trying to understand what you're saying. This is the question I'm asking, bro. Because you saying Jamal's going to be better than Dame. What impact is Jamal Murray going to have on the Nuggets that Damian Lillard's going to have on any team? What impact is Murray going to have? That's what you said. What impact is Jamal Murray going to have?
At this point, bro.
You making ass points, bro. You're not making any sense.
Let me put it like this. Let me put it like this, and I'm gonna end it. If this don't make sense, this don't make sense. If the Nuggets are a higher seeding and Jamal Murray is putting up respectable numbers, and they're a higher seeding than Damian Lillard and his team, that's what I mean by he will impact his team more. If y'all don't
How he
understand
playing
that,
with
then
Nikola
that's my
Jokic?
whole point.
You look like
My
Jamal
whole
Murray not
point,
playing with
bro.
the MVP, bro, the best player in the
Bro,
league.
I
All right, so Mar, who got the better supporting cast though?
Fuck this,
For
who had
Jamal
the
Murray
most
to
impact on
have
their team?
that success. So his success will automatically be better, right? So his success will automatically.
That's my
But Mar, let
point,
me ask
bro.
you this,
That's
Mar.
my point. Y'all don't.
That's his
That's my
point.
point.
That's literally Mark's point. Is saying
You just said my point, Johnny. You're just not respecting it as my point.
No, because y'all saying no, you're trying to say Jamal Murray gonna be better because his team
See,
gonna be
you
better,
just
but the
said no,
team
and
has nothing to
Johnny just
do.
said my point. You said no. How you gonna tell me
see.
my
Listen.
point, bro? That's literally my
Oh my.
point.
No, you
See.
just
See.
what are y'all, bro? You
See.
saying Jamal Murray's gonna be better because
Just
his team is
see.
Bro,
gonna be
at this
better?
point, he just want to
See.
argue, bro. Because I'm not
Relax.
Bro,
even
because you're not
arguing. I'm
making
just
sense. You
making
saying
my
Jamal
point.
Murray's
See.
gonna be better
If
because
you
his team is gonna be better,
see.
but
See.
Dame is gonna have a
You
better.
stop, bro. You
No,
gotta. You
listen
gotta.
to what listen. I got you, Kendrick. You go after me. You saying Jamal gonna be better because his team gonna be better, and no matter what team Dame is on, he gonna have a better impact on that team. His impact is way over what Jamal
Bro,
Murray's
that's
doing.
just, bro, that's
Way
your
over.
opinion. You're trying to
That's not an
persuade
opinion.
me.
That's a
That's
fact.
your opinion.
Jamal Murray
See,
does not
that's
have
your
the impact.
opinion.
Bro,
So I
keep it a
can't
beam,
have an
Mar.
opinion?
Mar,
So I
keep it
can't
a
have an
beam, bro.
opinion?
Mar, fuck the
So I
Okay.
can't
opinion,
have an
Mar.
opinion? So I
Mar,
can't
keep
have
it
an
a beam,
opinion?
Mar.
I
Mar,
can't have
keep
an
it a beam, Mar.
opinion now?
Mar,
Y'all hear this,
Jamal Murray
bro?
impact matches Damian Lillard impact, bro, on the
Bro,
offense.
for his Nuggets team, I feel like
Bro,
he will
does
impact
Jamal
this
Murray
team more.
impact is it the same level as
Oh my
Damian Lillard's
gosh, bro.
impact,
I'm
bro? Keep
not,
it a
bro.
beam. Is he generating as much offense as Damian Lillard?
Bro, I literally, that's not my point, bro. That's not the
Bro,
point I'm making. That's not the
yeah,
point. I'm
The
literally
answer is
telling you,
no.
I'm
The
literally
answer is no,
telling
but
you,
that's not his
just
point.
like the stuff you're asking me, I'm literally telling you, I'm not trying to make that my point, and you're
so
asking
how
me
is he
that.
better than Dame? How is he gonna be better than
I
Dame?
never said he was better. That's how I know you're not listening, my nigga.
That how are you gonna rank him higher than Dame if you saying he's not better, but you're not making sense?
I said going into the next season, I have him doing more than Dame. That's what I said.
Whoa, but I just asked you who has a better impact on their team. How is he doing more when Dame
Bro,
has a
you're
high?
trying to persuade me at this point, bro. I have an opinion, bro. If you don't respect.
Listen, guys, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna end. We gotta let everyone else get their turn. We're gonna finish this later on. But listen, Mark had a great list so far. I'm gonna swing it to Kyrie. Kyrie, go ahead, round it out.
Bro.
And then swing it to Johnny. Then we'll swing it to C, so C can give his viewpoint.
Yo, I didn't forgot what I was even gonna like who I was even gonna pinpoint. It was just a couple things on here like that I just wanted to point out. Like at first, like it kind of baffled me, job being at 10 that I remembered he got the suspension, and that automatically is gonna like disqualify him from any like being in any of the awards races and stuff like that. Um I personally, I don't even want to reignite this conversation, so I'm gonna just say it, and I don't want anybody to say nothing. But I think Jamal Murray too high. That's just my opinion. I'm gonna keep going. I don't know why James Harden's on this list at all. Um, I think
He's a
Kyrie
regular
Irving.
season player.
Say again.
He's a regular season player.
Yeah, but he's barely even good at that. He's barely even consistent at that. It might get it might get the Sixers to the second seed or for real, but he's playing with Joel Embiid, the literal MVP, and it's still a problem for him. He's a cancer everywhere he goes. I don't know why he's on this list. I think Kyrie Irving is a little bit too low as well. But at the same time, I kind of see it because he left a lot on the table to be seen with him and the him and Luka Doncic duo in Dallas, and I think Dallas is going to have a much different team and a much better look next season as well. And I think that's going to thrive, especially like the improvements they made defensively and down low. I think that's going to help out that tandem a lot. I think Kyrie Irving is going to be a huge part in Dallas' success. So I think going into next season, like as like looking at this list, I think he'd be higher up on that list. And lastly, I think my man Jalen Brunson should have made an appearance on this list. That's just me.
So who
But
should have been over? Who you take out and put him on the list?
again, I don't know why James Harden is on this list.
Got you.
Yeah, I don't know why he on this list, but yeah, my man Jalen Brunson should have been on this list. But that's all I got to say about it for real.
I just been
As
completely
far as like
forgetting about
as
James
far as like
Harden.
the top five, like I don't mind how it's numbered at all. Like I would definitely go with Lucas, Luca one, Steph two. Um, I went back and forth on the D Book Shea John, but I definitely think I'll take D Book 3 too. I don't think Bradley Beal's going to have that big of an impact on Devin Booker's touches and him getting his buckets and making that impact on Phoenix. So yeah, outside of that, like that's all I got to say on the list for real.
That's a fair list. I definitely had that noted. That's a fair list. I'm not mad at that. Johnny, then Kendrick. I'm gonna swing it to scene because I know we're gonna leave you guys to the main advertisers. So let's go ahead, Johnny. Give us your list.
Yeah. I just want to piggyback on what was before mentioned about where is Jalen Brunson, because I was going to ask that next question. Where was I was going to ask the same thing? Where's Jalen Brunson? James Harden, you can go. I might be a hurt Citrus fan, but yeah, James Harden, you can get off this list. Ja, I understand why you dropped. I get that. Donovan Mitchell, I feel like should be maybe one step higher. It's tough between him and Fox. So as far as the top five, I want to start. It's tough between him and Fox, but I can understand why Fox would be over Mitchell because of everything else he does a little bit better. But as far as the top five,
okay,
Dev's got to drop. Dev's got to drop. So Luka. So the top five again: Luka, Steph, Dev, Shea, and Dame. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Luka. So I've said this before. I would switch Dame with Dev and switch Dev with Shea. So my top five would be Luka, Steph. No, I'm sorry. It would be actually Steph. It would be Steph first, Luka second. I'd put Dame third and Dev fourth with Shea rounding fifth. And I feel like Dame does. And it was tough between Dame and Dev because I understand it's ironic between the two of them because I feel like they both have the same goal as far as they just have to prove themselves in the playoffs at this point. At this point in each of their careers, they've done not just about everything, but ain't nothing left else but a ring for them too. And they're only 3 years apart, honestly. I think Dev is coming into season 8 or 7. And I think Dame is coming into season 11 or 10. I'm sorry about that. I can't really get the exact zones on that. But it's enough for me to judge. And Dame has actually put up better numbers than Dev throughout his career, all the way down to the rebound. So, I mean, Dev shoots better. I will say that. Field goal percentage, Dev has Dame over there. But I put Dev third, and I'll round Dave right behind him with Shea as fifth. Now, as for Jamal Murray, going down further, I actually would put him over Anthony Edwards right now. And that's right now.
Whoa.
Right now. Going into next season, and I would put Anthony Edwards, and I will put Edwards right next, and I will put Anthony Edwards under. I will put Anthony because I'm working down the list, and I knew I was going to rattle. But hear me out. It's not insane, and it just comes down to one thing. I just got to see it. That's all. With Jamal Murray, I saw it in the finals. I saw it. And Edwards, I believe it's coming. I do. I got to see that takeoff. I got to see the takeoff. I got to see the takeoff.
Wait, let him finish.
Jamal Murray, like what he did, I'm not gonna lie, bro. It was the finals. Like I know what Jokic did. I understand all of that. But as far as I have to see it, like Jamal Murray did it on a higher stage. So for now, he goes above him by one slot. Now, I'm not saying that's going to change. There's nothing wrong with it. What's wrong with that? What is it? What's wrong with that?
What's wrong with that? I'll tell you what's wrong. You said he did it on a higher stage. Let's go back to the first round series between the Timberwolves and the Nuggets. We all knew the Nuggets were going to win that series for sure. But look what Anthony Edwards did outside of game one. Outside of game one, he struggled. We can admit that. I think he got 18 that game. But after that game, he himself was trying to will that team every single game after that to win. To even try and be like, please, we got to at least win one game. He said we couldn't get swept. He himself was the reason why they at least won one game out of that whole series because he did it. He was putting on himself. He out here looking at Cat like, what are you doing? He looking at Rudy like, what are you doing? Somebody please give me something. You talking about doing on a higher...
He put them in position to win,
not to
too.
mention, Cat was out for the majority of this season. He still got that trash behind team to the playoffs. He still got them to the playoffs, bro.
He ain't catching that sleep, bro. He is the team.
Hey, Kendrick, I'm going to add to it, Kendrick. Not only did Ant get the one, he put him in position to win two. I think it was like game 3 or 4. He could have won two, but
it was game 3.
Yeah, game 3.
But what about the injury that Jamal came back? Who expected him to come hit the ground running like that?
But
in the playoffs.
You know what's crazy?
Coming off the injury that he came off of.
The Nuggets barely skipped the beat while he was out, bro. The Nuggets outside of the playoffs,
They had they had a damn good center. I'm not gonna lie. Now that's neither here nor there. As far as the specific topic, I'm talking about Jamal Murray's specific performance was impressive considering the stage he played on and the injury he came back from. I'm not saying it's not going to be surpassed by Anthony Edwards. I got to break it out this year just like y'all do. But as far as this list is concerned, based off of what I saw, I got to respect that stage. I got to respect that, bro. I have to respect what Jamal Murray did given the situation he came back from and the stage that he did it on. I have to Anthony Edwards most likely will get there. He most likely will win too. Alrighty. But as far as this list is concerned, I'm not gonna lie, Jamal Murray, I gotta respect that. The grit, the grind, the heart, and the fact that he came back and just performed. Yes, Jokic took all of that, but we can't ignore what Murray did in the backcourt. Given the circumstances, we're not disputing the circumstances, but I'm just personally impressed with how he came back. I thought Jamal Murray wasn't gonna be that consistent. I thought he'd still be getting back, but I'm like, Jesus, like 30 points a game after coming back from a torn ligament injury, like with this much, like it's in the NBA Finals, bro. It's very impressive.
Hold on, I want to say something because
go ahead.
I think Jamal and I don't want to come off sounding like a hater or nothing because I honestly love Jamal Murray since high school, bro. Since high school, since Kentucky, all that, but I think he's being a little overrated right now. We gotta understand how
I said that. I actually said that.
But listen, we gotta understand how much of having a guy like Nikola Jokic that can facilitate the way he does at 7 foot, that can score the way he does at 7 foot, makes life so much easier for you as a guard, especially a scoring guard like Jamal Murray, a guy that has to get in a rhythm like Jamal Murray. He has multiple ways he could bounce off and feed off of Jokic to get his points. Whether it's Jokic on a double team, he finds him spotted up in the corner. Whether it's the dribble handoff games, and you got to keep a body on Jokic, so Murray got an open lane to the rim. The pick and rolls, the pick and pops. His life is made so much easier having a guy like Nikola Jokic. But listen, hold on, wait.
You're right.
Wait. Anthony Edwards has nobody he feeds off of on the Minnesota Timberwolves. He doesn't feed off of Karl-Anthony Towns. He doesn't feed off of Rudy Gobert. When D'Angelo Russell was there, he didn't feed off of D'Lo. Everything that Minnesota Timberwolves do and achieve, and no matter how minuscule it is, whether it's winning a play-in game or getting to the first round of the playoffs and getting smacked, like it's all because of him. Them being even being evident in that position. Kevin Love couldn't do none of that.
Yeah.
Kevin Garnett, Kevin Love couldn't do that. Nobody could do that.
Hold on, time out. Mark, ask your question, then let's see him go next.
I'm just gonna round it out. I'm gonna end my point after that.
Kyrie. Yeah. If Jamal Murray averaged, now listen, this is just a question. If Jamal Murray averaged 30, how many points is he getting off of Nikola Jokic? How many points?
He's not saying that Jokic is feeding him. He's saying that Jokic makes it easier for him to average 30.
Bro, I just.
Are we talking about direct assists? Are we talking about the screens that he gets from him too? Are we talking about the other opportunities outside of direct assists that he's?
Yeah, we talking about screens and all that.
Hold on. I'm answering the question.
Screens and all that.
He asked Kyrie though.
Outside of if he's averaging 30, I think Maul's getting a good 12 of his points out of that 30. Off of Nikola Jokic's
and we're not even counting the free throw line. So I agree with you.
Okay, go ahead.
Cool then.
I was going to say, Jokic making it easier for Murray is not even just him setting screens or giving him assists. It's the fact that the defense's number one target to stop is Jokic and not Murray for most of the series.
Bro, they had Jimmy
Michael Porter Jr. He's been a 40% plus shooting throughout his career for nothing.
I'm happy you said that because Miami was the one team that game playing more for Murray, and Murray's points dropped to 21 a game in the finals, and he struggled in a couple of games. Miami was the one. Bro, he had great defenders on him all series, all playoffs. He had but I'm saying my point is every other in the first 3 rounds, those teams were game planning for Jokic. I'm not. Jamal Murray's a baller, bro. You average 30, I'm not taking anything away, especially versus LA. He was hitting some tough ass shots.
Came off a torn ligament.
But then we seeing the one team that said, all right, we're gonna let Jokic do Jokic, and we're gonna try to stop Murray. They held Murray to 21 a game. I'm not saying I'm just saying that puts in perspective. If you put Murray on his own team, it looks a little different when the team is come game planning for you. Just game planning for you, and you're the best player on the team.
But bro, the person that was on it was literally Jimmy Butler. Like that's a pretty
Jimmy
big
Butler
detail.
with a busted up ankle though.
It's still Jimmy
It's not
Butler,
like he was 100%.
I'm confused on why that
Jimmy
Jason
Butler.
Tatum averaged 30 on him. If you're putting Murray into these conversations, bro, that's the range you trying to put Murray in. That's what I'm saying.
Jason Tatum is 6'8" compared to Jamal
Bro,
Murray.
my whole point, and exactly
but details matter.
Exactly, but he's taller than, which makes him it adds to it, bro. You try to put Murray in these conversations that he does not belong in. When Miami started game planning for him, and fuck Jimmy Butler, Jimmy Butler's not the guard him one on.
Let me ask you this. So Murray is not. So right now, you wouldn't have him as a top 5 or top 10 guard right now. He's not top 5, but he's top 10 for you, guaranteed. And then top 10, that's really debatable at that point.
Yeah, I think top 10 is even debatable. Is a guard spot is tough, bro.
I'll put him in top 10.
I would be mad if you had him in top 10.
Could I say something? Hold on. Can I say something real quick? Me and Sheen was just talking about it before the podcast started, and I guess I didn't see it, but he was saying it was a discussion in the group chat. But he mentioned Jalen Brunson and Jamal Murray as far as those guys being in the same caliber. In my eyes,
and he put Kyrie in there.
Kyrie is too. Hell, bro, you forget who Kyrie Irving is?
Kyrie above them. I'm sorry, Kyrie.
Yeah, he is. I'm sorry. Them two have the same game. And bro, no, he's right. He is above them. To round out my list, I was gonna say, I was gonna put Kyrie Irving. I was gonna put Kyrie Irving in place of Donovan Mitchell on my list because I'm like, why is he that low?
Wait. I'm not trying to. I'm not. Wait, hold on.
Jalen Brunson.
Why is Kyrie? Wait, what'd you say, Mar?
Kyrie Irving and Jalen Brunson in the same tier.
Why is Kyrie not in the same tier?
You say yes, they are. They in the same tier.
We're talking about now, at this time, going into this upcoming season,
bro.
Yes.
Bro.
No.
Bro.
Okay.
Kyrie Irving
is? Bro. Jalen
bro.
Same tier as Kyrie Irving.
You're saying he is?
Hold on.
Mark?
No, because if the Knicks
I said all three of them.
I'm saying he's not.
Everybody. Yo. This is what's being said, all right? We are quoting what Seam said in the group chat. Seam put Kyrie Irving in the same bracket as Jalen Brunson and someone else.
And
Jamal Murray.
He put them in the same bracket as that, right?
I think Donovan Mitchell's in that bracket too.
Okay, let's throw in Donovan Mitchell too. Fuck it. Let's throw in Donovan Mitchell too. But Mar is saying that Kyrie is not in that same bracket as
Jamal Murray ain't either.
And
Jamal Murray and Jalen Brunson same caliber.
Listen, because it's getting off topic a little bit. I was simply just comparing Jamal Murray and Jalen Brunson as a guy that wasn't on the list whatsoever.
At the very least, those two are the same caliber. At the very least,
they're the same caliber of players.
Jamal Murray and Jalen Brunson are for sure, no doubt in my mind, the same caliber of player. If
so
you put Kyrie above them,
I
think Kyrie's better.
Is that a fact or an opinion?
I'm not gonna lie. It's an opinion, but I agree. I said that also in the group chat. They play alike, bro.
All fucked up, bro.
Wait, hold on.
You got Brunson fucked up. Brunson played at his level as the first option. You got Brunson fucked up, man.
And guys was planning for Jalen Brunson every
talking
night.
about.
Time out.
Brunson played just as good as Murray as the first option,
and
bro.
Got Kyrie,
hold on. Wait. Hold on.
I might got Kyrie fucked up. I might got Kyrie. Kyrie got to prove something to me, bro, because he been bullshitting.
Listen, wait, hold on. Let's talk about, but let Johnny finish out his list, and then we got to bring it to Kendrick. Then see, I gotta say, last but not least, see, you go here and finish it off. Go ahead, Johnny, finish it off.
But all right. So I mean, after Anthony Edwards, I'm sorry, y'all. After Anthony Edwards, I did. I get Fox. I would switch Mitchell with Kyrie because I don't know why Kyrie's that low. Ja, I get why you dropped. I get it. James Harden, you can get out of here for Brunson. Trey, Reese, and I love that Bradley Bill's on there. That's actually like I actually low key like that Bradley made that list. I actually feel good about that because I feel like he's been like on the back burner low key because he had that injury. I think not this past season, but the season before last or whatever.
He's been dealing with it the last couple seasons. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. So I'm happy that he made this list low key. Reese Halliburton, hell of a contract he just signed. He deserved it. Trey, I would put him up a little bit higher, but I just can't tell over who right now. Kyrie's too low. Yeah, Brunson over Harden. Yeah, I'm good.
All right, Kendrick. I'm gonna swing it to you, man. And then C, last but not least. But go ahead, Kendrick.
Listen. I gotta say this because I want y'all to hear what y'all were saying. Y'all are saying that Jalen Brunson is playing at the same level as Jamal Murray, right? Right? So that should give you even more hint that Jamal Murray is not in the same category as Jalen Brunson. And I'll tell you why. Jalen Brunson is the number one option in New York, correct?
Yes.
Right? Right.
Barely,
Okay,
because you got Julius Randle
Julius
is technically
Randle,
the
Come on,
highest
let's be for
scorer.
real.
So
Yes.
But
Kendrick,
Julius
Yes.
Randle is technically the highest scorer, though. So
Kendrick, I apologize for cutting you off, but
He shoots more.
Kendrick, I apologize
for
for Kendrick. I want to apologize before I even cut you off because I'm gonna cut you off real quick. But the point you're about to make makes no sense because the fact that Brunson is the first option means he's getting more attention from the defense, and then you can even compare. They both played against Miami. Brunson averaged 31 against Miami with Jimmy Butler on him, and Jamal Murray averaged 21. Both getting the most of the attention. So what are we talking about?
Jimmy Butler missed the game. Details matter, bro.
Jimmy Butler was, bro, he was guarding though.
He missed
Brunson
the
averaged
game, bro.
31.
Details matter, bro. He missed
Bro,
the
fuck
game.
Jimmy. The whole
You
team,
talking about
the
Jimmy
Miami's a
guarding
great
him? He missed
defensive
the game,
team.
bro. Details
He's a great
matter.
defensive
You're not
team,
trying to tell
bro.
the whole
What are you
story,
talking
bro.
about? You talking about
he
Details
missed
matter.
one game, but
He
he
missed
was
one
still
game,
busted up
bro.
when
He
he
missed
played
the
Jamal
game,
Murray
bro.
too.
He
He
missed the
missed one
game,
Season
bro.
game,
series
He
nigga.
missed
later.
the
He
game,
missed
bro.
one game. Mar, what are you
He
talking
missed the
about, bro?
game.
You trying to
But
move
you
the
said he
you
was
trying to move
guarding
the
him all
goalpost, bro? He
series,
moved
like,
one game.
bro. He missed the
He missed
game, though,
one
bro.
game
All right. See,
But
yes.
how did that
in a
matter though? The
6-game
Knicks still
series.
lost the
What are you
series.
talking about?
He said
The
no
Knicks
matter.
still
The Knicks
lost.
still lost.
He missed one game in a 6-game series, bro. Cut that shit out, bro. What are you talking about?
Bro, details matter, bro.
The Knicks still
Detail,
lost the
the
series.
Details
details is
matter,
Brunson
bro.
averaged 31 on Miami and
No,
Jamal
cause
Murray
bro,
averaged 21. That's the
when I
details.
brought up Jamal
Those the
Murray, niggas talking
details.
about Jimmy Butler had a hurt ankle, but you want to bring up that,
Those
but
the
you don't bring it
details.
up with,
I didn't
but you
say
don't
that.
bring it up,
I
but you
didn't
don't
say
bring it up
Kyrie
with
said that.
Jalen
I said
Brunson.
nothing about the ankle.
But you
I
don't
said
bring
nothing
it
about
up
the
with
ankle.
you
I
don't
said
bring
something
it
about how
up
the
when he's
team was
guarding
guarding you. I
Jalen
said nothing
Brunson
about Jimmy
though.
Butler. Y'all brought
Like,
up
That's when
Jimmy
he
Butler.
that's when
I brought
because
about
he
how the
wasn't
team
talking
was
about the
guarding
Knicks
you.
whatsoever. I just brought it up in that. But since we're talking about the Knicks, yeah, he hurt himself against us, and he's been hurt ever since. He's been hurt
but
ever
that's what
since
I'm
that.
saying. Y'all brought it up when I brought up Jamal Murray. Y'all talking about he wasn't 100%, but y'all don't say that against the Jalen
I
Brunson.
didn't. Don't
So
say
tell the
y'all,
whole
bro.
story.
I didn't even bring up Jimmy Hill. I'm talking about the way the team is game planning for you. They both game plan for Brunson and Jamal Murray as if they were the first options. Brunson averaged 31, was cooking Miami. Jamal Murray averaged 21. He averaged 10 assists too. Jamal Murray's playmaking was great in that series. I can't take that away from him. But you see, when the team is game planning for Murray as if he's the first option, the production drops. And
Okay,
that was going to you.
Technically, he averaged 10 assists. He still impacted the
Yeah,
game.
no,
So it's like
I just said that. I just said that, Johnny. I just said that. His playmaking was
But
great.
no, but don't that mean he still adjusted like
No,
points
he did.
responsible for?
He had a great
Like
series.
PRF? Because
He had a great
I'm thinking
series.
about PRF rating, like points responsible for. So even though he was
No,
the number
yeah.
one focal point, he still couldn't score like Brunson did, but he still found
That's why.
ways to hurt.
But Johnny, this is my point. Is that this is why I think they're at the same level. Joe, it's not like
Just
Jamal Murray was. It's not like Jamal Murray was out there scorching them.
Hold on, wait, team. How many games did Julius Randle play that round? Can we tell the whole story? How many games did Julius Randle play that round?
You talking to the Knicks
You
fan?
talking about Rand? Wouldn't that make it harder for Brunson if his
But
second
what
best
I'm
player is
saying,
out?
Yeah,
you're saying he averaged, but if he averaged more, his second best, like you said, Julius Randle is
Bro, but
technically
Mar, here's
1B.
what you not
So if
Mar,
he's
here's what
not
you're not
there, but
understanding. When
he's
you're
not there,
second
so
best,
he's taking more
Mar,
shots.
listen
Bro,
though, bro.
y'all moving the
Mar, listen,
goalposts,
just listen to me,
bro.
bro. Just
This
listen to
is
me, bro.
how
crazy.
Mar,
If
just listen to me,
Nikola,
bro.
if Nikola
yo
Jokic was out, bro, if Nikola Jokic is out, Jamal Murray's taking more shots. So if
Mar,
Jalen
listen though,
Brunson don't
bro.
got his number two, he's gonna take more
Mar,
shots, right?
you looking at it
Bro,
wrong.
that's
When
crazy, bro. That's
when
crazy,
you're
bro.
playing with Jokic, when you play with any star players, your job gets easier. It's not like your job's gonna get easier when they step
Bro, that's
down. Your
crazy,
job
bro.
gets
That's not the
easier.
point I'm making, bro. That's not the
Because
point I'm
your
making at
point makes
all.
no fucking sense, bro. That's what we
That's
try to
not the
tell
point
you.
I'm making, bro.
That's
You
why I
Wait,
hear my
hold
stopped
on,
point,
hold on.
Kendrick.
Kyrie? You hear my
That's
point,
why I
Kyrie?
stopped Kendrick.
You hear my
yeah.
point,
So
Kyrie?
you're
His
saying
shots were
Julius
his
Randle
shots
what
were
Hold
both.
on, hold on.
missed two
See, hold
games?
on.
If
Julius
Julius
Randle
Randle
missed
missed,
what, a game or two?
he missed. I don't know. I really don't know. That's what I'm saying. How many did he play? Because
I,
if he missed those games, Jalen Brunson's taking more shots, right or wrong.
yeah.
But
Yeah,
then
but
Mar, you're
where?
not.
All right, since we talking about
Team,
context
team,
matters,
I'm
right?
not even.
Let's all
Go
right,
ahead,
but
Kyrie. Go
listen,
ahead,
hold on,
Kyrie.
wait, listen. Since we talking about context matters, right? Let's go into the nuance and the context of that playoff series. Yeah, Julius Randle hurt himself, but Jalen Brunson hurt himself that series too, and he still played. RJ Barrett, the first 2-3 games, played the worst basketball I've ever seen a Knick play in a jersey. And let's keep it a bean. So with all that adversity up against him, he still went out and, like Sheem said, put up 31 points a game. And yeah, he had to take more shots because Julius Randle, who takes 20 shots a game, is out. But what do you expect from your starting point guard to do? You can't fault him for doing what he was supposed to do.
But I'm not. But bro, that's my whole point. I'm not faulting him. When you say Jamal Murray averaged 21 and 10 compared to Jalen Brunson's 31, all I'm saying is Jalen Brunson took more shots because he didn't have his second option. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
And Mark, here's what I get that.
That's all I said.
I get that.
And Sheen's flip side, and Sheen's flip side to that
here's what I'm
when
saying.
Jamal Murray was made the first option, the main priority when Jamal Murray was made the first option for Denver's defense, for Denver's offense, they lacked. When they focus in all the way in, that's what Sheem is saying. When they focus all the way in on Nikola Jokic,
but Nikola's still in the court though.
And Kyrie Knight
bro, you know better.
My bad, I got him mixed up. You know what I'm talking about.
But Kyrie Knight was
Nikola Jokic still on the court though.
Mark,
when Klay Thompson came back, he wasn't 100%. But if Klay on the court, you gonna close out, right? At the end of the day, he's still on the court. Compared to Julius Randle, who's on the sideline, bro.
Yeah, but see,
but
we keep going down these different rabbit holes, bro. I don't even know what we arguing about no more. I don't even know who we making.
Listen, that's why I gotta bring it back. Listen, Kyrie, Johnny. Mark. We gotta let it rock. We gotta let Kendrick get it off. We gotta let Steve.
Bro, can I just wait? I got one thing. And then Kendrick can get it, bro. Just one thing. My bad, Kendrick, bro. I apologize, bro.
You got it, bro. Go ahead. It's cool.
I just want to say, with the whole Randle thing, Randle coming off the court, it gives Brunson more shots, sure, but it doesn't help him out because more attention from the defense is coming to him. When you become the first option, your job gets harder. When your second best player comes down, your job gets harder. It doesn't get easier because you get more shots. It gets harder because the defense is giving you more attention, and Brunson still cooked.
Bro, I never disagreed. All I'm saying was he took more shots, bro. That's the end of my point, bro. You don't even have
to my point.
But I don't need a point back, bro. All I'm saying is he took
more shots. I don't care what you need, bro. It's a debate. Bro, I'm just saying it's a debate. I don't care what you need. Your point is invalid, bro, because it doesn't help. You gotta finish your point, bro, because I never said he was wrong. All I said was he took more shots. Bro, but I'm saying your point but this is what I'm saying. I'm saying your point is invalid because it does not help Brunson. It makes his job harder.
I'm not even
That's what I'm
saying.
saying.
Hold on. Marcy, hold on.
That's what I'm saying.
Kendrick, you got it. Go ahead, Kendrick. Get to your point, and then I'm gonna let Steve finish it out. We got it. Go ahead. All right, Kendrick. Go ahead.
I was gonna let Steve finish. I was just gonna let him rock. But basically, what I was trying to get to the point was that listen, y'all put in Jalen Brunson and Jamal Murray in the same bracket, basically. And all I was saying is, I look at Jalen Brunson in New York. Yes, I understand Julius Randle averaged one more point than he did. Julius Randle averaged 25, and Jalen Brunson averaged 24. I'm still looking at Jalen Brunson as the number one option because overall he is a better scorer than Julius Randle. I got to be honest. If he's a better scorer, yes, but obviously they play off of each other. So you know what? Okay,
as far as efficiency, more efficient.
More efficient. So if you're more efficient, then you're a better scorer because you can put the basket more. You can put the ball in the basket more than the next person. So therefore, number one option. And Jamal Murray is doing all these things as a number two option. So if you put in someone who's a number two option and saying that they are the same level as the number one option, that's kind of like saying like maybe it's a little bit different. Maybe Jamal Murray is actually better and doing much better, even though he's giving the same product as someone who's a number one option. As a number two option. So that's all I was going to point out on the whole Jalen Brunson and Jamal Murray's on the same category because I don't see that. If you're saying that if you're the number one option is given the same production as the number two option.
Okay. That's okay.
But you can also put it in this perspective too. If you swap the two, you put Jalen Brunson next to Nikola Jokic in that offense, what's Jalen Brunson about to do? He's going to fuck crazy. And if you put Jamal Murray next to Julius Randle, who's a chuck and doesn't play with the same flow of offense like Nikola Jokic does, what's going to happen? He's going to stay stagnated. He's going to be the same player. So when you put that's all I'm saying. You put Jalen Brunson in Denver right now. It's going to be another chip, and he's going to play better. He might even play better than Jamal Murray.
That's fair. Kendrick, got any more you want to add before we swing it?
All right, I respect that point. Before I swing it, I do gotta speak on the Anthony Edwards disrespect. Because that was blatant. It was blatant disrespect. It was blatant disrespect. that we moved past, but I remember because it was so blatant that it was uncalled for. Listen, Johnny,
I felt like he took a shot at me, low key. Like
honestly, I was hurt. This is why I had to bring it back up. I was so hurt by it because Johnny, get it? Yes, he came off a torn ACL. Yes, okay. We've also seen other players come off of Steph Curry ankle injury.
Now, Johnny.
We seen KD come off a torn Achilles and come back and hoop with the Brooklyn Nets, bro. People come back from injuries and hoop if they are hoopers. We are not knocking that. But you knocking Anthony Edwards and saying Jamal Murray gonna have a better season is ridiculous, bro. You see what he's doing with FIBA. He's hooping. You saw what in the past 2 years, he's increased steadily everything. Points per game, minutes per game, 3-point percentage. He's increased every year. He's going to do the same thing his 4th year. All he's been doing is figuring out year by year by year, how can I score? Where can I get my... He's figuring literally all that out while also encompassing the entire team with that. Do you understand? He's taking that leap, bro. And that's why I got him in my top 5 of next season guard over Dame and over Jamal Murray, having a better season than them two and being looked at as an all-NBA caliber player. I'm saying it on the podcast. I said it in the chat. I give him second team all-NBA as the minimum, the way he's going to come out and hoop.
Okay. All right. Johnny, you get your last response and see. Take it away, man. Go ahead, Johnny.
He's right. Okay. I just was. And the thing was, I've said this before, the only thing Jamal Murray has left to prove is his health. He will eventually be surpassed by Anthony Edwards, as I already said, if he's not already surpassed him. But I'm just saying it's probably because of the level I had Jamal Murray on when he was coming back from the injury. Now, at the end of the day, I also understand this one thing and this one thing only. Given that the team that Jamal Murray is on, I'm not going to say his stats are going to be invalid, but they're just going to be a little less impressive than Anthony Edwards' stats because he's playing with less. And when you play with less, it's more respected. So I understand.
Okay. All right. See, listen, man. I'd say you damn near the main star of this episode. You and Mar. You guys are the main stars of this episode. So it's only right for me to let you end it off and end the episode, man. Listen, your 15 guards, man, for this upcoming season. Just go ahead and break it down to us, man. Break it down to us. Hello? See? Audio not.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I hear you.
All right. So I think the top 5 is good. I think I will move Donovan Mitchell up, just coming off an All-NBA season. I think he's getting disrespected because of one bad series. I'll move him up. I'll put him. It's tough between him and Anthony Edwards, right? I think Ed's going to take that jump, so I'll leave him at 6. I'll put Donovan at 7.
Right.
And I'll probably put.
Now this is where it gets tricky.
Yeah, I don't want to put an order, but just guys, I agree with Kyrie. I think Jamal Murray is too high, just because it's like it's not his fault, but just like he's playing with the best player in the world, but he's a second option. He just doesn't.
It's not like outrageously high or nothing. It's
not crazy high. Like I just move a couple spots down. I will put Fox, Ja, and Trey over him, and probably Kyrie too. I'll put Kyrie over him too.
John and Trey. Fox, John, Trey.
Okay. I'll put Fox, Ja. Trey.
I'm about to say I understood. We all get why Ja Morant dropped. We all get that. That wouldn't
even even with Trey, I believe Trey. I understand his shooting inconsistencies, bro, but there's not a lot of guards who are impacting an offense like Trae Young does for the Atlanta Hawks, bro. It's just not a lot of guys who are doing that. Like he makes their offense top 10 just from him being out there. So I gotta give Trae that respect. Kyrie been getting on my nerves these past few seasons with his little playoff stuff, but he's still
too low.
Kyrie's one of them ones.
He's still too low.
Yeah, I think he's too low. I will put him above Jamal Murray too. And I think it's ridiculous that you have Jamal Murray at 7 and just don't have Jalen Brunson on the list at all. Like that's crazy to me, bro. It really is. It honestly is, bro. That's insane to me. But yeah, I think we don't. I'm not even gonna get back to the Jamal Murray and Brunson stuff. We made our points on that, bro. But I would definitely. I think I'll move Donovan up to 7. I'll put. I don't even know. It's tough. I don't know the order, but I just guys who I put over Murray are Fox, Mitchell, Ja, Kyrie, and Trey. And then I just want to get into the stuff with Murray. Murray's a great player, bro. Don't get me wrong. He's an amazing player. But I think he's been getting overrated just because the Nuggets just won a championship and they're all over Instagram and all over the media and guys are looking at him and being like, oh my God, these highlights, he's so good. And they're putting him on a pedestal that he doesn't need to. He's just not on. If you're putting him next to Anthony Edwards, who everybody's projecting to have an All NBA season, and to make that jump into guys like LeBron James, Jason Tatum, Jimmy Butler, and guys like that, that's what we think Anthony Edwards is going to take that leap to. Jamal Murray's not taking that leap, and it might not even be his fault. He's just not able to because he's playing in a system where he's the second option. And if you was going to break down games with him and Brunson is even with other guys like Trey, Ja, they just have a bigger impact on their team in terms of playmaking, how much they're scoring, how much attention they're getting for the defense, and how much they're creating on offense. Jamal Murray's not creating as much offense as Trae Young or as John Morant. He's not getting as much buckets as Donovan Mitchell. I think people are disrespecting Donovan Mitchell because of one bad series, but he's had some crazy ass series before. Kendrick, you covered Utah, bro. Donovan,
right?
Listen. The only thing I ever knock Donovan for is his lack on defense. But if you're looking at somebody to get you a bucket, somebody to go be like, I'm gonna go put the ball in the basket, no matter what. I'm looking at Donovan over Jamal as a better scorer. But as an overall game, I gotta give it to Jamal. But if we're looking for pure offensive, Donovan Mitchell is going. I'm gonna look at Donovan Mitchell over quite a few of these people on this list.
Yeah, I'm just saying, man. Especially when you're talking about as the first option, I think Jamal Murray's game is kind of even Kyrie Irving. I think those two, their games are kind of perfect to be like your second option because they're like pure bucket getters. They're like pure skill guys. They're gonna work in that midi game. We're gonna pick and roll, shoot a bunch of shots. But when you're talking about being your first option, number one guy, I would rather have a guy like a Donovan Mitchell or even I would rather have Jalen Brunson because they have more rim pressure. They can get to the paint faster, draw the attention in more that way. Whereas with a guy like Kyrie, we saw him struggle being your first option because the way he plays more. I want to get to my spots and do this cute little fadeaway midi, and it's just easier for a team defense to lock in on that and take that away. Whether it's like if you're a second option playing next to a Nikola Jokic, it's easier to get to those spots because the defense is focusing on the Nikola Jokic. So Jamal Murray is going to get these buckets because he's a great fucking scorer. Let's be honest, like Jamal Murray he's one of them ones, bro. He just proved it. But I just think Jamal Murray has just been getting overrated, and he's been put in this category that he just doesn't. In my opinion, he frankly just doesn't belong in. He hasn't proven to be in that category.
He's not a young superstar. And the young star is kind of
I don't see Jamal Murray being one of them guys that are going to come in and be an All NBA first team guy.
He just got to prove his health. If he stays healthy, that's it.
Even if he stays healthy, bro, it's not a guarantee that he'll be an All-Star. That's how the guards.
I do got a question.
Wait, so
I do.
Oh, go ahead, Kendrick. Go ahead. Then I ask you.
I do got this question. What would it take for him to prove to you? What would he have to do to prove to you that he's like that?
He just have to do a jump in terms of playing production. If he gets up to just up to play, it's simple as that. Just up to play.
Are you talking about just strictly regular season? Because the playoffs.
I'm talking about even both. But playoffs, I appreciate the playoffs. Playoffs obviously matter more than anything. But playoffs are also. It's going to be tough for Jamal Murray to even prove himself when he's still being the second option to Jokic.
Jokic got to tear his ACL.
Yeah, Jokic. I think that's how
it's got to be right. Jokic got to be down this season.
Jokic got to get her, and Jamal Murray got to carry the team. And he got to show that he got to be the number one option.
Okay, so you've seen Ant carry the team. You've seen Jalen carry your team. You just haven't seen Murray put the team on his back. So
it's almost even unfair to Murray, but like. Okay. It's just the fact we haven't seen him be able to do that. And the one time we saw him,
Kendrick just disagree with it.
It's unfair. It is unfair to him. I can't put him on these pedestals with guys when he's a second option on his team, and he doesn't have the responsibility. He doesn't have the defensive attention.
Listen, at the end of the day, team, I gotta respect that. But as far as your top five, I'm just going to end it. I'm just going to let it go. I'm gonna let it go. I'm not going to get into it. Dev over Dame is blasphemous. You're okay with the top five? I got a problem with you with that. But as far as your other point, I see what you're saying.
I don't know how much.
I'm letting it go. I'm letting it go. Dev over Dame is blasphemous, and y'all crazy. I'm the only one that said that. I'm the only one that said that. No, we can't. No.
You got time. Johnny's
It's blasphemous. It's blasphemous. That's it.
Let's talk about it. This is why.
Why? I'm just surprised. I know the Jamal Murray Brunson comparison took, like, you know what I mean, that was the majority of the. But I will say, why nobody top 5 had a problem with that? Dev being third. Nobody but me.
I do a little bit, just a little bit, because I think Shea should be above that.
And Kendrick, I want to say, if you could flip those 3 any which way you want. I won't have a problem with it. They're close. I personally think it's that order. I think I would have Book third. Just 'cause I think Book has the most control. He has the most poise. He has the best overall scoring game. With Dame, if you watch the Blazers last year, he put up crazy numbers. The Dame is amazing, but he could shoot them out of games because he's really like, he's not a guy who's gonna get in there and get them like easy buckets. He's a chucker. He's gonna shoot the lay out the ball, and sometimes it could be a fault to the team. And without having a CJ McCollum who was able to get those inside the arc buckets, like it kind of hurt him a little bit. That's why I think Miami will help having a Jimmy Butler who can get those grinded out buckets, because Damon's either going to shoot threes or drive to the back. He's a chucker. Let's be honest.
But that's based off of circumstances. Circumstances he can't control.
Circumstances. When Book was by himself early in the season, the Suns were the 1 seed, and he was controlling the game like nobody in the league, bro. It was crazy. Like he's doing it from all over the court. He can come off the screen, pull it for 3, work in the mid range. Book could score anywhere on the court, and his playmaking gets better and better every year. He's becoming a floor general out there, bro. And you saw in the playoffs, he started running point guard, and he was cooking. Whenever Book runs point guard, bro, he's in MVP level like status, and that's why
Dame still average more dimes. Career wise. Dame still averages more.
I'm not even just talking about more because Dame is going to average more.
You can't don't career wise. Don't do that.
They're not that far apart. You can judge that.
Can I say something real quick?
Can I say something real quick?
As far as the D Book Shea joint, I see where you was coming from, Johnny, because I said it even during mine. I was kind of flip flopping between them two. And I agree with Seam. If you had put Shea over there and then Devin like behind him, I wouldn't be mad at you. But I think the reason why Devin Booker separates himself a little bit is for the reason that Seam is saying, is that he's figured out ways to impact the game in different ways and still will his team to win, despite having a guy like Kevin Durant come to your team mid-season and all-world scoring talent, despite guys like DeAndre Ayton not really living up to that number 1 overall pick that you really expected him to. So you see him pick up. You see him pick up in the slack in a lot of ways where they might be falling off. Whereas he stepped up his defense over these past couple of years, especially in the playoffs. You see his intensity go up. She mentioned the playmaking again, other guys involved in operating in that pick and roll and stuff like that. I see him. When Mark kind of said he was capped earlier, I do understand what he's saying as far as like attribute wise getting better, but I think his basketball mind and his IQ and just his understanding and processing of the game is getting better. And I don't think Shea's there yet, and that's okay because Shea's super young.
He's getting there.
He's getting there. He's super young, and OKC got nothing but time. They got nothing but time. You just got Chet, who's coming off an injury, who's about to play his rookie year. You just
Josh Giddey, Jalen Williams.
Exactly. They got a whole bunch of young guys that haven't done nothing yet. They don't got no type of experience yet. Shea's getting into his own groove, learning how to lead his own way, lead a team his own way. And once he gets to those stages as Devin Booker's too, because you got to keep in mind Devin Booker's been to the finals at least. But once Shea starts getting into the playoffs, starts getting deeper, we'll start seeing how he adjusts and how he elevates his game in different aspects, like we've seen Dev do. So I think that's why Devin Booker has separated himself and got that number 3 spot over Shea.
And if I could just add one more, Kyrie, I agree 100%. If I could just add one more thing,
go ahead.
My problems with Dame and Shea, I want to just talk about those two real quick. With Dame, I believe his inside game has always been a problem for him, and in terms of in the playoffs, you see his efficiency drop down. And even like last season, like I said, in terms of closing out games and just getting easy buckets to close out those games, he struggled because the way Dame plays, he's going to come off the screen. He's either going to shoot a deep 3 or drive to the basket at 100 miles per hour. And with Shea is too much inside. Like his game is all inside play. Sometimes he needs to stretch the defense out, and he's not able to do that, at least right now. Book can do both of those things.
He's so good at it, though.
It couldn't be stopped. I'm about to say it couldn't be stopped.
He's so good at it.
It reminded me of the year. Remember that year Tony Parker led the league in points in the paint, like a point guard. Like when the last time we saw that? Like
Ja was doing it though.
Ja, right.
Ja wasn't doing it like Shea though.
Not well.
I think Ja was leading the league.
Ja might have, bro. Ja might have. Ja was in the to the red, bro.
I'm just talking about the way they get it done. Ja's more like just driving, jumping over guys.
Exactly.
Like, Shea got all the moves. Like,
yeah.
Skill.
He's shifty. Yeah.
He's gonna get to a spot regardless. You don't need to just drive to the basket. He's gonna get there, step back midi, like his midi bread. My whole thing with Shea is though, and we've seen like even in the playing game where and we haven't seen him in the playoffs either. So we haven't seen a team really have 7 games to adjust and really lock in on Shea. And it's not really his fault because they just haven't got there yet. But like I want to see Shea just stretch his game out a little more, maybe get a little more deep mid-range games in him. With Book, you don't have any of those problems because he has the elite mid-range game, the elite 3-ball, the elite driving, the elite playmaking. He has it all. His offensive game is complete. He's one of the most complete offensive players in the league. And that's just why I give Book over the edge compared to those two.
I got a quick question. When do we all expect Shea to start leading OKC to the playoffs consistently? Is it this year or
next year? Next year, he got to see what he has. He got to. Will, I don't know what Chet's going to be. I don't know what the line of players is going to be.
I know what Chet. I'm telling you right now. I'm calling it right now.
We only know what Shea's going to be.
I'm calling it right now, Johnny. I'm telling you, Chet is going to be an all defensive player season 1, bro. He's one of them guys. I think
he lost a lot of weight. He did. He lost a lot of weight.
All defensive. I think he's going to be all defensive year 1. And I think Jalen Williams is going to step up into that second option role and to be in there just the guy's going to be your second scorer. I think Jalen Williams is going to step into that role. Shea's going to keep up his MVP play. I think OKC is going to. I think they're going to be in the playoffs this year for sure, bro. I think Shea's going to.
He playing with Luke Dort.
If Giddey come back with a jumper, bro, it's over.
Giddey
get him a jump shot, a consistent jump shot is going to be over.
Yeah. I think OKC is going to be a top 6 seed this year. I think Shea's going to be a sleeper for MVP.
Top 6
okay,
all right.
That's respectful.
Well, he getting that chemistry. He getting that chemistry with Luke Dort over in Canada for that FIBA squad. But we ain't
I'm not gonna lie.
Luke
Okay, if OKC won championship hosts, bro, Luke Dort, they gotta get Luke Dort out of there, man. They gotta get my guy out of there.
Listen,
I was saying for a while. I know some Thunder fans. We be talking all the time. I want them to trade. I want them to package Luke Dort. Oh, I got a good question for y'all. I don't know how much time we got in the pod, but I got a great question for y'all.
This is the last one.
This is the last John. Let's say Joel Embiid goes ahead and he requests a trade out of Philly.
Shut up.
And let's say OKC picks up that phone and they offer Josh Giddey, Chet Holmgren, Lou Dort, 5 first-round picks, whoever else matches the salary. How y'all feel about that, man?
Shut up! Hey, in this, bro. I don't want to be blasphemous and answer that question. In this pod, yo, that's wild.
But Johnny, you know what's
you
crazy,
said
Johnny?
5 and Chet?
Johnny, I'm maybe not 5, but like just that type of trade package, and just how look at it for both sides. You teaming up Shane and OKC.
No. I got you, team.
That's wow. That's a great question.
Listen. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I'm in Nashville, Tennessee right now. I will personally fly back to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I will rent a car, go to Joel's house, and take him to the airport, and be like, "All right, my boy, you going to Oklahoma? Enjoy yourself." No, bro, I'm not going to heartbeat.
And Kendrick, I think I know y'all Sixers fan. I want to talk about this from an OKC standpoint. I think that'll be elite for Embiid. I think Embiid, in terms of just offensively, we've seen in the playoffs where when he's your first option and defenses could double him. His decision making is not the best. I think you have Embiid take a backseat to Shea offensively. Shea's your first option, Embiid your second option, and Embiid becomes like defensive player of the year level on defense, protecting your paint. Okay,
you want him to switch roles now? That's asking a lot.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. It might sound ahead of the gun because we haven't seen the playoff. I already think Shea is better than Embiid offensively.
All right.
I'm not gonna lie.
Hold on. We're gonna end it off right there. You about to
let's do it.
You about to start something. Cut this podcast now.
No, I'm gonna end that right now. So with that being said, that concludes episode 126 of the Restricted Zone podcast. Man, this is one hell of an episode. Shout out to Martin team. You guys definitely the main stars of this. Mar, definitely.
Shout out Mar, man. Shout out my guy Mar.
Shout out Mar. One hell
No,
of a
that's
day.
my man, though.
Like
that's my
I
man
love the energy.
We had to bring it.
No, you guys did. You guys are the main stars. And Kyrie, Kendrick, Johnny, you guys are all fabulous, man. And listen, hopefully the fans enjoy this episode as much as we enjoyed recording this episode. And definitely, you guys can check us out on all streaming platforms. I'm talking about Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, whatever streaming services is out, we are on there. Check us out. If not, you can find us. You can find us on YouTube, right there. Everyone has YouTube. Subscribe, leave a comment, leave a like, share it with your friends. The more you share it with us, the more we get out there. And we will be dropping an episode very soon, so be on the lookout for that. So with that being said, have a great day, guys. Enjoy the rest of your week and be safe.